Hello everybody, Frankie Day here from Frankie Day Models. Okay fellas, for this Tuesday afternoon I have for you video number 4 for the National Pride group build, sponsored and hosted by UK modelers. This is my 4th video on the new Hong Kong Models 148 scale B-17G flying fortress. Okay fellas, opposed to the last video, I got a lot done on this thing. I gotta start working on the bombardiers. I'll probably work on that next after this video gets loaded up. I'm gonna start working on the navigator and the bombardier compartment. And also adjacent the whole front of the fuselage. I have it painted and everything ready to go, and I have it joined to the front fuselage of this, and I can start going ahead and work on the engines to get them all ready to go. And after that I'm gonna start doing some pre-shading on this thing as I get this thing painted up. This thing won't take too much paint opposed to the to its big brother over there, the Memphis Belle. I gotta get her going too, fellas. I've been too busy worrying about things right now. I could have had that Belle done a couple days ago, as I promised. With this coronavirus going on, to get everybody spinning and everybody getting crazy. Like I say in Spanish, a bunch of pendejos. I never seen. Tell you, before we get into the model, guys, it's been on my chest like everybody else is, you know. And I got laid off my job yesterday because the order of our governor. I guess everybody's on lockdown now. Everybody's out of a job. So thank God us modelers got one thing other people don't have: models. And we got nothing but time to build them. Plenty of time. And that's what Frankie Day's doing. Plenty of time. I took inventory of all my models yesterday, guys. I spent 6 hours yesterday, all the way from the bottom of the keel, all the way to the foretop, and what's in this man cave. And what's out there in my new shop I'm supposed to be opening up. I have over 7,000 model kits that I have. I can't believe I had that many. And I got exactly 15 unfinished kits that need to be done out of that 7,000. And this is one of them. And I got that F2B brisket behind me, got to finish up on. And I got that Pt.1, so I'll be working on those and I can get those out of the way. I got a lot to do here, fellas. I got nothing but time. We all do. So thank God that we are modelers. And modelers requires one secret ingredient, like everybody out there behind these doors who don't build models have: patience, and plenty of it. And guess what, folks? Best thing of all, we got something to show for our money. Now, I went to Kroger's yesterday to get a few things. I couldn't even go in that grocery store. I didn't even venture in there. I said, piss on it. I got plenty at the house. Worst gets worse. I can always knock a hole in the ceiling and grab some insulation and use that for toilet paper. I would recommend that, fellas. Just all a joke and humor. But make a long story short, guys, these people are animals nowadays. I've never seen humanity like the way it is. You know what it reminds me of? Watch these old science fiction movies. When you got a big old 500-foot Godzilla walking down Main Street, everybody's running so fast their knees are touching their chin, busting out windows, grabbing TV sets, grabbing this, grabbing that, all the store shelves are all empty. So I want to tell you something, guys. Some of these science fiction writers are not too far off the beam what's happening today. I've never seen humanity like the way it is. It's all for themselves. It's all self-greed. But there's two solutions to that problem. 99 and 9/10 of the population of this world are on credit cards. And 10% of the people that make the 100% are like me, who don't have credit cards. I pay cash. God forbid, God should pull the plug on me now while I'm making this video. I'll leave this world like the way I come into it. Nothing. Owing only nothing. That's the way I plans it. I don't want to have my children, my grandkids, great-grandkids, and what's left of my immediate family, which have 2 aunts left, are going to pay for my debts while I'm rotting 6 feet under. I knew that long time ago. You never go on credit cards. That's the worst thing you ever do. That's one part of the greed system, is credit cards. There's ain't no sense of being greedy out there. I've never seen people in my life. Toilet paper. Jeez, you can't eat that stuff. And most of these people that I see, especially I'm seeing all this stuff on Facebook. I've been hearing this stuff. I'm like, it's just watching stuff, you know? And when I look at, well, it looks like to me, that's just a bunch of darn welfare people out there wanting something for nothing who are grabbing this stuff, you know? The people I've seen in that Walmart are the lowest denominator of the human race. I hate to say that, guys. Like humanity to vultures. These people don't care about nobody but themselves. I'm 76 years old. I'll be 77 years of age in 2 months. And actually 4 months, I'm sorry. And I can't even go to the goddamn store. So I got that beat, fellas. I got something these yo-yos don't have. I've got a discharge paper with 25 years in the United States Navy. And I got 14 years United States Merchant Marines too on top of that. So I got Social Security, I got 3 pensions coming in, and I can go to Wright Air Force Base in the commissary and get groceries. That's where Frankie Day goes, right to the commissary. You can't find a better place in the world than going to a military establishment. You have to worry about no bum rushing, no vultures, no ungrateful people, no nothing. All military people who have served and who are retired. And I'm very honored to my country that I've got this privilege because I fought and served my country. And these grocery stores, I don't even go in those stores. My daughter from Tennessee is sending me a bunch of partisans, a bunch of food from Costco or something like that. She worries about her daddy, you know, and I've been doing a lot of thinking. She's been trying to do a lot of talk to me about me wanting to move to Tennessee, you know. She found me a place out there, and believe it or not, my daughter finds a house out there, guys. Old Frankie Day's gonna pull up the hook and get under Chef's colors and head out to Tennessee, next 2 states over from here. So a lot of things have changed in my life since my Ruthie's passed away. In a way, guys, I shouldn't say this, but in the way I do it, I'd say this because of less problems with my wife Ruthie. In a way, I'm kind of happy she's passed away right now. Well, for this condition of this virus going on, I couldn't go to the store and get her things like insulin and stuff like that. All her medication in those grocery stores, full of humanity like that, and people grabbing toilet paper, water, all the meat's gone, everything's gone, just like unbelievable. So I'm happy that my wife doesn't have to see that. She lives in a good world now, the world I'm working very hard to get into. I want to be with God and with my family and with good people. Earth is nothing but a boot camp. See how good you do before you go to the next place. And once you leave this planet, I call it graduation day. You graduated from a physical life into a spiritual life of eternity. No pains, no aches, no problems, no vultures, no nothing. All you gotta do is do God's will, and you see Jesus and God walking around. That's the way I like it. That's the way I want to be. Right. Anyway, guys, enough rambling on that. So like I was trying to say, the best thing they should do, fellas, is they should either cut the credit cards off or have it limited. The National Guard's going to step in this. I seen this stuff back in the 1960s when I was out in Vietnam. They called AP wire photos you get. They had no satellites back in those days. And I seen people out there mugging out the streets. They got the National Guard out there, and there's a curfew set at 9 o'clock. Anybody caught outside past 9 o'clock at night will be shot on sight. All grocery stores will be monitored with National Guardsmen. Loaded, locked, walking around, making sure no one don't grab all this, because they're instructed by the store supervisors, make sure they limited this and that. If anybody grabs any more than they're supposed to, they'll be vilified and they'll be chastised. To me, it's no sense of it's unhuman behavior. What it is, guys, is called greed. It's called greed. That's exact. No other explanation. You got over 50 years of failed parenthood is the result of today's society. When you don't teach your kid right from wrong, teach them hygiene, teach them this, teach them that, don't have the time to teach them, come from broken families or whatever. It starts from home. When you don't teach your kids at home, what are they going to know? They don't know nothing. They're pendejos. They're nothing. They got to go out in the world and do exactly what they learned at home. You know why? Their parents learned that from their parents. And their parents learned that from their parents. It's enough of that, guys. I just got just a little rant right there going on. It just disgusts me how people act like they do nowadays. This is very serious. I have a weapon that these people don't have that's keep me alive. 2 weapons, virtually. Most important weapon I have is called common sense. That's one thing America don't have. The only sense that people have nowadays is this little gizmo right here. It's called a cell phone. Now it's an iPad. This has superseded the human brain that God put in your head to use. So they take their brains and they put it right here and they carry their brains in their right hand. Then if they're in trouble, they look at their iPad and go like this. Okay, how many people are in this world? Ha ba 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 ba. It tells you that. Don't figure it out, no common sense, no nothing. Here's your common sense right here nowadays. Here's where all your sense relies. Not me, guys. This is a payphone here. My minutes ran out in this thing about 2 weeks ago. I don't have no cell phone. All I got is a home phone, a rotary phone. I'm old school all the way. I lived this all my life. And I'll continue to do so until death does me part. And guess what? I know everything. Okay. That's enough of that rant, guys, going on. Now we'll get back to business. So anyway, before I show this plan, guys, I got a lot of things in my mind right now. So also, oh yeah, I'll be posting a hangout after this too. I'll be working on something special you guys like. Okay, like I say, when it comes to grocery stores, guys, I don't know what to do, what to say. To go in there, it's disgusting to see that the human race has lowered himself to an animal. Unbelievable. God did not make us to be this way. He didn't. So when you guys go outside the house, wear your gloves, wear protection, stay away from all these people, stay home with your family, and you'll be safe. And they're working on the virus, guys. I guarantee before this year's over with, there'll be a cure for this. If they can put man on the moon and bring him back safely, they can find a cure for this Mickey Mouse virus that's got created. So have a little patience, fellas. Us modeler builders right here on this wonderful community, my family, are gifted. Because we have models that'll keep us going without worrying about this and that. Everything else will come to view. So no sense of worrying about that stuff, guys. Things will just stay safe. Use common sense. Like I say, common sense is the best weapon you can use. These things are no good. You're just the rest of the world. This is the rest of the world right here. To me, they can stick that in the muscle locker and let it rot for a while. I face reality day in and day out. Okay, the third, fourth time, enough said. Get back to the B-17. Okay, guys. An overall perspective of this model, it's spot on. It's a very beautiful kit. I love it. There's a lot of downfalls those kids kit which they know of, and we just now discovered. That could have been corrected. But their goal was get a 1/48 scale out there, throw as much as you can into it, get that thing out, because we got some more coming in just like it. That's just like monogram models. They made that B-17G, they did. Their original plans was to make a full Bombay with the Bombay doors optional. But and also control surfaces too. But they were pressured. Look, we got a certain time to get this thing out, guys. We can't have no time for no Bombays, no flaps. Just build the model straight out of the box. They'll love it. They'll take it. There are model builders out there. They'll figure it out what they want to do to it and everything else, which we do. So anyway, to me, this is called a shortcut kit at an expensive price tag. Like I said before, video number 3, novice should have no time building. Should have no problem building this. And so be careful when you guys build this thing, because a lot of fragile parts in this thing. And and we'll get to the model as I discuss it. Okay, we're going to take the video and swing around and take a look at the Flying Fortress of 1/48 scale. There she is sitting on a roll of tape I got right here. The wings aren't on, they slide off just like the 1/32 scale B-17 I've got, and my monogram one too. I made these movable so you can store them. And we'll zoom in and take a look at this. As you can see, I applied a little filler right there. That turtle deck did not sit on there very good. So I used a little ACC and held it in place, and I just spun on a little filler on there. Navigator and bombardier's department's got to be added along with the remainder of the nose piece, and also the chin turret's got to be installed. The waist guns, they got transparencies fit on here. And they got a hole in the middle of that. You take your 50 caliber or 30 caliber machine gun, and you stick it through the transparency, and it's sticking out like a porcupine. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and leave these off and just kind of take me a piece of sprue, attach my 50 caliber machine gun, glue it, and have it glued sideways so it goes this way, just like I did my 1/32 scale one. Tail gunner Charlie's compartment back here. All you do is just add the canvas bag back through here, my 50 calibers back here, and it's done. I got engines to put on. The engines are like that of the monogram B-17. Firewall and cylinders molded as one. They can't do a lot more better detail, but like I say, you look at it straight on, dry brush it here and there, it looks presentable. Okay, we're gonna come back and take a look at the other side of this thing. Another word of caution I'd like to show you guys. Here's the other side. I had a little filler across here, back through here, because it leaves a big old well through there. It fits good at first, and pretty soon you look at it with light, you can see it dips in a little bit, so I had the little filler right there to do that in there. So the thing takes filler in some places, some places it don't. Now here's what's really fragile right here, fellas. This is what's really, really fragile. You gotta take heed, take notice. When you put the Bombay sides in there, you got these, you got your landing, you got your Bombay supports, your hangers, which they fold in. They're molded as one, they stick out and they'll break. I already broke 2 of these off already. I had to put crazy glue on there and stick them on there, and they're pretty real strong. So you gotta watch out for that. If they break anymore, what you do is just don't worry about it. When it comes time, put the Bombay doors on it, scratch build your own new ones on there. That'll be another option. The flaps, they were functional, but there's a problem with them with these location hangs that fits on the trailing edge of the wings back here. They'll come up, they'll slide up, and they'll fall. So what I did, I glued them in open positions for landing or takeoff. I got the stabilizers on. So I got pretty much together, guys. So I'm gonna be working on the engines next and start working on the bombardier's compartment. Then I'm gonna start doing some take some paper, wet and dry sandpaper, and sand off this filler off here, and airbrush a little bit of primer on there, see if they're okay. Mask off my cockpit so they don't get messed up. So I should be able to start doing some pre-shading on it by tomorrow. I think get the same rest assembled by this evening, be all done, and go ahead and do some pre-shading and follow up with the painting. Okay, so as far as I got in video number 3 on the B-17 Flying Fortress by Hong Kong Models. there she is, fellas. And here I is. Okay. Alrighty, I'm gonna